killed by the Spike Carapace, then whatever follow-up damage they have for Infamous. So we are going through the second ban phase rather quickly. They ban out the Meepo. No Arc Warden ban, so if Midas Club Victory want to go down that road again, they can, although that would be interesting to say the least. And some other good bans here. And we're just waiting on some picks.
Kunkka, okay.
Well, that's some good catch. Silencer Kunkka is like a pretty good combination, actually. You have a lot of damage output, and then you have a lot of catch as well. Good lockdown.
Yeah, the one thing they're not so good at is the lane phase.
Yeah,
that could be a big problem. Unless, of course, their carry has some sort of stun to set up the torrent in the early levels.
Like a Sven, for example.
Yeah, or whatever. Could be a big problem. Unless, of course, their carry has some sort of stun to set up the torrent in the early levels. And Jakiro,
like a Sven,
interesting.
Whatever.
That could be a big this hero ends up going. Teams have tried to run this hero in pretty much every position outside of carry. And he feels like he does pretty well, actually.
I think most of the time he was played up in the support position.
Yep.
So, at least for Infamous, from what I remember, they had in the DCSA series for Dream League, it was played by Excel, and he did a great job. He had Euro Scepter, he would have a ton of assists, plenty of damage, and I think that's always a good sign. And they always had like the roaming other hero like the Clockwork, and now obviously the Nyx Assassin. So they already have probably both of their supports, and now we're going to wait and see what they're going to grab for their core players here for Infamous.
Yeah, I think they're hesitating a bit on what they want to do right now because, oh, just kidding, Beastmaster, there we go.
Wow. All right, well, that's some push.
Beastmaster, it is some push, indeed. Their 5-man is looking pretty strong. Their lanes look pretty good. They can always come to the Beastmaster, try to secure him a good start, get his level 6, and take over the lane. And that's definitely a big concern when you have Kunkka and Silencer as their support duo. Unless your safe lane or something extremely strong, they may struggle there.
Yeah, there's always that scary thing that's going to happen here, and we'll wait to see what's going to happen with our last pick. 1 minute 20 seconds left here for Midas Club Victory. They are looking for their cores as well after they pick up both of their supports. They need more than likely the mid laner and the safe laner, but it is going to be the Weaver. So a Lincoln Sphere carrier against the Roar, not a bad idea, and pretty hard to lock down with these heroes that you have now.
Yep, very strong laner. Probably one of the most difficult safe laners to play against for, I would say, 90% of the offlaners right now. But Nyx Assassin is incredibly good against Weaver. He can run around in Vendetta. All he has to do is spike Carapace, the Weaver Shikuchi, get on top of him, and he's just gonna get chain stun for like 5 seconds. Viper, okay.
Jesus Christ, this early game is
it's getting gross.
It's pretty encouraging for Infamous, I feel like.
Yep, Viper, you have the Beastmaster Jakiro. Their 5-man looks unstoppable right now. And Viper, a super strong laner. I'm not sure what they would want to pick into the Viper because no matter what you pick into this hero, you basically lose the lane. And when you can translate that into early towers with heroes like Beastmaster and Jakiro, sometimes games get out of control real quick, and Silencer doesn't do a whole lot against Viper as well.
And they just don't... They really, until the Weaver gets more damage, they just don't have that much damage in general to kill a Viper with or without corrosive skin. Like, Torrent's not going to do much. Silencer won't do much again against that corrosive skin. He is so strong right now. You don't really want to have to last him because, again, you wanted the damage for it. So he's just going to sit mid, and I don't know how they're going to kill him. They need a good matchup here for Midas Club Victory, and it's not going to be easy to find.
Nope, there are a ton of heroes being banned there right now. I actually don't know what you play up against this Viper, especially with Nyx Assassin too. If you pick an intelligence hero, Nyx can casually come to the mid lane, mana burn you a bit, make the lane even more difficult for you already. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Infamous looking for a safe laner here, I would imagine, unless they want to go with a core Jakiro, but very unlikely and unorthodox.
Man, yeah, you're
Let's see. Juggernaut.
This is just, and it's more added to the push. You know, the healing ward, Jug's not a bad pusher. They already have Jakiro, Beastmaster, Viper. It is just, this is what I think we would use to consider Death Ball. That's probably the term I would use here.
Pretty close to that. That's, I mean, it's basically that, right? We have the tower damage and your Jakiro and Beastmaster. You have Sustain coming out for Juggernaut, and you've got these big, tanky, beefy dudes just standing in the front, Viper.
Yeah. So the Weaver might be able to get something going here, but this could also turn into a cataclysmic failure of a game for Midas Club Victory, as we've seen in the first game of the series they played yesterday. They did do okay in game 2. They actually had things, they got like 10 kills, and the enemy team SG had not had any kills, and they were still down in net worth. So Midas Club Victory can still get some things going here in the laning phase. They need, I mean, a pretty fantastic laner here, and I just don't know what that's going to be because, like you mentioned, with the Nyx assassin, if you go for an intelligence hero, it's just going to get mana burned down. The Reaper still probably does pretty well anyways, so this is looking pretty tragic for Midas Club Victory right now.
Yeah, not only do you have to pick a hero that's good in the lane, but they also need to have the necessary team fight and damage output to be able to win this game. Razor, okay.
Yeah.
That is a pretty good laner against the Viper, but I'm not sure how well he's going to handle this 5-man push coming out from Infamous. And Infamous, it's not even just 5-man push, right? It's just strong lanes. They can play the split game as well with the Beastmaster. Just have to wait and see how this plays out. That Razor set's pretty cool. Why
yeah.
is it red?
I don't know why it's red. It looks pretty nifty, though. He's got the cool helm, and I don't think I've ever seen that before, actually. It's a nifty one.
Oh, me neither. But, yeah, Midas Club Victory, perhaps they can get something started in the lanes. They have the Weaver in the safe lane, very strong. But I've got to worry for this Batrider's start, because he is the key. That is where Midas Club's team fight starts. They need to start off with the lasso. Kunkka's catch is okay, but it's not like you can use that for Juggernaut. Viper's so tanky that there's a good chance people can TP in.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Turn that, so it's very limiting.
You got to be very careful with how you approach this early game for these supports, and that might be a problem for them. They will have Mandy, by the way, standing in. T-Show Rising's Mandy, who I think is a very good player. Obviously a mid laner, though, and I think that's really important. Is that?
Oh, yeah, he's playing support, huh?
Exactly. That's the issue here. And again, you're also playing as a stand-in, right? So you're never really like when you play in a team, you have a certain chemistry. You guys like you know what you want to achieve. With Midas Club Victory, as much as you might play with Mandy, it's still probably a bit different here for them.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to really know how much of a change-up this is going to be in their team dynamic, but that is a big point that he's a mid player playing support for this team.
Yeah. So, and again, you know, you look at this team from Midas Club Victory; they are clearly the underdogs here. Now, that might give them an advantage in terms of their draft and what they can provide, but as it stands now, this is going to be a tough game already with Infamous and the heroes they have. This Razor is going to have to come out big, I think, in this early game. In fact, Arms smartly will go for the boots. Viper not going to go down that road. He will be going mid, though. Maybe they can get an advantage with Statalink coming out in the beginning of this game. But who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, maybe they can pull out something unexpected here on the side of Midas Club Victory. Looks like, oh, is it going to break the smoke? Yep. So Hijack probably has an idea that this is warded. Yep, they're painting it out too.
Oh, that's a good start for Midas Club Victory. Getting all the vision you can. There will be a ward dropped here at the mid lane. So there's 2 mid lane wards coming out for both sides. These will not be countered, probably. And then we have one more ward for the Radiant, I believe. Or did they use it already? No, they used it up here. It was on the cliff. That might be dewarded as well. But here we go. They're running at this top lane. This could be bad for Infamous. There's 4 heroes here for Midas Club Victory, and there are 3 for Infamous. Torrent will come out. There's going to be the Arcane Curse, and now they're going to go for the Impale, but that static link means they cannot chase. And in fact, they will lose this kill. Jakiro. It is going to be first blood for Duster. Nice play again for Midas Club Victory.
Yep, nicely done. Intelligence acquired. Maybe that's what they needed. They need some scaling on their heroes.
Yes, that is going to help them. It's actually going to give them some decent damage too. So later on, Duster will do some work. Meanwhile, they will get the Weaver. I'll get it at the bounty rune bottom, but they do get 2 aside. It looks like no big deal.
Yep, Weaver took a lot of damage going for that bounty rune bottom, so that is unfortunate. But he should still be quite okay. Oh, see this courier snipe coming in mid lane. Oh boy.
No, Schofield. Oh, he didn't finish the attack. Oh, Schofield. Man, that's rough. And now the static link from Arms, and Pepita's going to lose about 30 damage. And this is the greatest part about this matchup is the static link. And this actually could be huge for Arms. This could get them off to a good start here.
Yep, big time. He should have a great start. And in this top lane, it's not bad for Midas Club lead either. They have the Batrider Kunkka. They can bully this lane a bit.
Man, this all of a sudden is seeming pretty good for the Radiant team here. It's still pretty early, I know, but at the same time, they're putting a lot of pressure on a lot of different lanes. Although Arms is in trouble, a lot of damage. Fairy Fire comes out. Pepita, he'll be static linked, so he will have to back up and away. But again, Arms does lose a lot of HP. He does have a salve. There's the Plasma Field. Arms might dive this. One more auto attack. Can he get there in time? Fairy Fire comes out. Uh-oh, Arms! He's going to go down! He did not expect the Fairy Fire. The math. It wasn't done. Again, Brax.
Oh, my But it always comes back to math.
Every time.
Well, that is a very fortunate solo kill for Pepita. He has 0 CS. He desperately needed that, but, you know, this matchup doesn't really change that much. Razor's still going to run in, static link him, so even though he did happen to die there, it's not the end of the world.
Arms is playing very far up, and you're right, he's not going to be getting too much CS here. Maybe a couple levels with more Nether Toxin. In fact, he's level 2 Nether Toxin. Things get easier, but now top lane, Kotaro Hayama. Torrent will come through, and he's going to go down. Infamous. Stick charges coming out the dual breath. It might save him. No, it doesn't look like it will. They might get Mandy out of this, but the aggression is just too big. So it'll be a 1-for-1 trade here, and again, a pretty good start here for Midas Club victory, all things considered.
Yep, still favoring the Midas Club right now. Big solo kill, or big kill on the Juggernaut. Yes. But you know, Jakiro, he gets solo experience for that kill. He's not too sad about that, level 2.5 now.
Alright, TP in mid, Arms. Schofield will spot him. He has the Invis rune coming out. Looking for perhaps an Impale. Torrent will come out. That'll hit onto Pepita. They need an Impale now. This is going to be bad. He's actually not going to go for it. Arm's still taking a lot of damage here. They're trying. Nether Toxin is doing some serious work, and that's what they forgot about. Level 2 Nether Toxin. Forget about your damage. Who cares? You have that, and all of a sudden your damage is just as good as it was before.
Yep, nicely done there. Big bait. It's 2 kills, or sorry, 2 deaths up on this Razor. It would have been so sad if he got his courier sniped as well.
Dude, that would have been rough.
Not be in the game.
Yeah, it would have been kind of over, even with all the farm he's getting. And they might be able to go again if Nyx comes back around, but instead he's looking for Hijack, who is stacking things up. So again, as good as it looks for Midas Club victory, it's still early on. Still going to see some farm coming up for the Jug. Bottom lane, Stinger, X marks Torrent to come through. They might get this kill. Weaver's going to come in, Chikuchi as well. Yeah, this Stinger's dead. 100%.
Yep, big body blocks coming out. He's just got nowhere to run.
Even Arms came in looking to get some gold, but he won't find it. Now he's going to walk back mid. And, well, Pepita's caught up. He's actually ahead of the Razor right now.
I think the biggest thing is that Pepita's level 5.5, and now Arms is only 4. Yeah. Big deal in this matchup.
And you get level 6, and all of a sudden you have kill potential, even with Static Link, because you can slow him down, bait out the Static Link, that Viper Strike, that kind of thing.
Already this lane is super hard for Arms. He's getting harassed under his tower all the time.
Andy coming in, South coming through. They're looking for the X marks. They can't find it. Now Mandy's going to get turned down here. A couple of auto attacks with the Nether Toxin. Schofield is nearby. Mandy didn't see him. Now he did. Just kidding. So now Schofield's dead. Maybe. X marks. Static Link. Torrent to come in. Arms is going to get zoned out. Schofield might be able to back away. There's the plasma field. He'll lose a lot of damage. 87, in fact. DD from Excel on the Jakiro is pretty significant. So good stuff there.
Yep. You know, Kotaro did go down in the top lane here in the Juggernaut, but he's still so farmed. He has 31 CS. And this is a lane that Batrider can't really... He can apply some pressure with the napalm, but they can't kill him. So no. They're just leaving him solo now, and the supports are rotating that bottom.
Oh, Duster.
He's in some deep shit here.
Yeah, he really is. They have dual breath coming out. They will use it. That will slow him up enough. Maybe he can get to the tower. They have the wild axes as well. Maybe they turn on to Excel now. It's a lot of damage being done. Can they get either of these heroes? Mandy looking for the X marks. He's just not in range. Now he has to go for the Torrent. They won't find it. But Excel still turns around. He was probably going to die anyway with Chikuchi coming out. So 1-for-1 trade there.
Yep, nicely done, picking up the kill. Arms mid lane, he is in some big trouble here.
Impale, see ya. That's it. That's Viper Strike. Yep. If you get Viper Strike off, you find an easy Impale, and it's just an easy kill there for the Viper too.
And he just dies at full HP, and this is not good for the Razor. Razor, he's not a hero that farms very quickly at all. His farming comes from just dominating the lane, and I just don't know how he's going to catch up.
Stinger getting chased. Looks like he will survive the swarm coming in. Arms is going to come back and look for another Static Link, but it's a bait. It's been a bait the entire time. They've got the good Torrent, actually. Might save his life. But Pepita's not doing any damage because, again, Nether Toxin's not really bouncing in. Arms is still in trouble, though. They have another Impale ready to go. Spike Carapace, they will use it, and he will go down to Schofield, in fact, with an auto attack or two.
Yep, even with no damage on the Viper, he still is able to get the kill.
It's crazy. Oh, bottom lane Chikuchi again, and now Stinger should fall here. Even with 3 stick charges, he's got no TPs. They were all mid, and he will have to buy before dying. It is going to be the Iron Talon. He knows he's going to have to catch back up. So that is the one thing going pretty well is this bottom lane for the Weaver. He's getting plenty of CS, and he's really denying it from the Beastmaster at this point.
Yep, he has a free lane, and Beastmaster does not really want to come back down here. He'll probably farm this up under the tower and then go back to the jungle with his Iron Talon. It's just, they can't really pressure this guy until Beastmaster has 6, and even then, it's still kind of difficult because he can invis during the animation.
Right.
So, but yeah, this Razor, how do they get him back in the game at this point? Like, Pepita's just attacking him through the static link, and he's still dying.
He is way less farm than I thought he did. It's actually insane.
He's got nothing.
He is barely above the silencer. So, wow. I feel like I've seen this before with Midas Club Victory. Remember the Ursa yesterday?
Yep, it's
same
looking
sort of
like
thing.
the exact same thing.
Exactly. Yeah. It's in the mid lane, though, so it's different. But X marks Torrent. They might get Pepita here. He's very tanky. They have 4 heroes. You need to rotate this many to get this kill. In fact, all 5 coming in. We've seen this before from Midas Club Victory. They will secure it, but it is 5 heroes rotating in mid. But that still might be worth it here for Midas Club Victory.
Yep, they perhaps overcommitted, but they really needed to make sure they secured that kill. And, you know, outside of the kills, Viper is really not that far ahead of the Razor. Razor, he's got a lot of deaths, no kills to his name. But I mean, it's still the same thing, right? He's going to link up the Viper. If anyone comes in, he has tons of damage to kill this Viper, but it's still difficult. I don't know, he's in a bad spot, Mark.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you needed to say. And he's going to take some time to get back into it, whether that's with a Midas or just straight up farming. In the meantime, because they rotate everybody mid, Kotaro Hayama takes the top tier 1 tower. That will provide some extra farm for his team. The Beastmaster continues to jungle. He's about level 6, which means they can make some plays as he's going to be going for that medallion. And I think this is going to be... These next 3 minutes are going to be really tough for Midas Club Victory here, one would assume.
Yeah, they're in a position right now where Nyx can freely roam. Nobody can really pressure this Juggernaut or stop him from pushing the lane in. And then this mid lane is dangerous as well for Midas Club Elite. And they can't do anything with this Beastmaster from jungling. He's just sitting here hitting creeps freely. They can't make any moves into the lane, and he's about to hit 6, so...
Yeah, and they could just make a lot of space for that Beastmaster. I would imagine that when he hits 6, they make a move, perhaps, with a smoke. Get a roar off, go for a kill on the Weaver, stop him from farming. We'll see, though.
Yeah, that'd be a good place to go. It's very difficult. Yep, there it is, the smoke from Infamous, but it looks like Beastmaster might be going towards the mid lane. Yeah, Schofield's behind there as well.
This is kind of a bait. Pepita, though, X marked up. He's actually in some trouble. Poison attack coming through. There's a static link Viper strike to slow him down. They have the Firefly. The last one's going to come in. Pepita is still so tanky. Roar comes out. Now they're going to turn, and they're going to get this kill into arms immediately. Lasso comes through, but the slow, the boar is there. Hijack's in trouble. Good double torrent. They'll turn one. Maybe they can get the second onto Excel, and they turn it around. Midas Club Victory. They're looking for more. Pepita getting chased down. Go-To's under the tower with time-lapse. Pepita, I don't think they'll get the kill. Go-To should survive one way or the other. And that'll do it.
Yep, still, oh, not over yet. Schofield taking some damage. He should be okay. But yeah, Midas, they bring 5 heroes there. And the Weaver is so strong at this point of the game. Like, when he comes in after all the spells have already been committed, he can just chase these heroes down, run through them freely. Nobody can just stand there and hit the swarm anymore. So, it was a good move by Infamous, but Midas Club, they were making their move, a move of their own already.
Yeah, they gotta get something going. We'll see if they can here in the next couple minutes. Now, continue to have the Weaver farming. Kotaro Hayama, again, getting free farm. He has a Yashi coming in pretty soon. He's the top net worth hero. Pepita is second. Weaver is a close third. And this Blink Dagger for this Bat Rider might be one of the most important items they can get in the next few minutes here, Brex.
Yep, he's doing pretty well, but he's still a bit away from that Blink Dagger. You know, even though Midas are getting some kills, it's still Infamous that are making moves to start pressuring some of these towers. We have Jakiro and Juggernaut in the bottom lane, hitting this tower for free. There's no real response here from Midas. They still need their Silencer level 6 and Bat Rider Blink Dagger before they can really do a whole lot. Kunkka's also trying to hit 6 in this off lane, so they're just not ready to fight yet. I guess Weaver is going to port down here, but this might be dangerous. They do have some disables ready for him.
Yeah, he doesn't know that this hero is in the vicinity. I think they're picking it out. And they'll probably check. But here's the Vendetta. They could use a Roar, but they'll try to go for an Impale instead. They'll find the Vendetta. The Impale misses. So instead of just going for the straight-up Impale. Good spike Carapace, though. He has to time-lapse out, but they have no more Impale. It's a good effort there from Infamous. But again, it's tough when you don't have that that setup stun like Roar.
Yeah. It would have been a really big kill if they're able to get it. The tower probably fall as well. But still, they're still in the area, and they can pressure this.
He's doing very well. Treads looking for Dragonlance for Go-To to find some fighting. TP coming in. They're going to try to bait this. Go-To. Impale's going to come out. They need the Omni Slash. They will have it. They will get the kill. There's going to be the ghost ship coming out. He's got the healing ward. It is going to be killed. He's actually in some trouble. He's stick charges. Static Link. They've got the lasso. Good ice path. Blade Fury's doing some work. He's going to get brought into the tower. Static Link is still going. They need an impale. They'll find it, but it's too little too late coming out from Schofield. 1-for-1 trade. Good rotation for Midas Club Elite. Schofield's going to get torrented as well. He will get dropped to Firefly and everything else. In fact, is a double kill for Arms. Well done, but in the meantime, Pepita continues to pressure the tier 1 mid.
Yep, again, every hero from Midas responds to any sort of aggression Infamous puts out, and that's a good way to deal with it, but as they do that, there's always some hero like the Viper, free farming a lane, hitting a tower. Just perhaps they brought too many again.
I think so, yeah. I think that is 100% accurate. But, I mean, you can't just let this jug get away. It actually stops him farming and makes it a little bit more difficult for them to find kills, so... good stuff there for Midas Club victory. They're keeping it close at the very least. It's still a 2K outward lead for Infamous, but it's not that bad, all things considered, for Midas Club victory.
Very true. And the Jug was also the highest net worth hero in the game, so securing that kill is so important. But mid lane here, Schofield is invised up with the Vendetta.
There's the Impale straight off the bat. They should have the Viper Strike. They do. Static Link, that'll break pretty much instantly. In fact, he doesn't even need to. They'll get the kill without it. Firefly up. They have no lasso, though, and Flame Break will only push them back momentarily, and Arms dies yet again. And they, again, dude, how many rotations do they just use? 2, 3? Maybe just 1? I'm not sure, but they'll lose their tier 1 tower bottom because of it.
Yep, they're just always looking for battle here. But they're losing out on the map control game for sure. We haven't even seen Stinger really come to these team fights, but he basically has Solar Crest completed. And you have to really watch out for this G hero because he doesn't seem like that big of a threat, but he pushes these lanes in forever, camps out these lanes. Arms might be in some trouble here, TPing in, but nope, there is more. Midas Club here is smoked.
Exactly. They could bait this, perhaps. They're going to see... Oh, Vendetta's going to scout this up. They'll drop the Sentry X marks. They're going to roar down bottom. Here comes the Global as well. Time to back up. Torrent Schofield in trouble. Last worded as well. And he will get dropped. But that is Global now down for a Nyx Assassin kill. And Stinger will go for a TP. He should make it out, and will. Firefly comes too late. Pepita will take the mid tower pretty soon, if not right now. And so yeah, Global's down.
Yeah, big global cooldown being used there. And I get that they really want to secure these kills. Oh, Torrent on the mid. People are coming in. Razor could get the link off.
Ghost Ship. Yeah, he might be in trouble. They have Viper Strike. He just is going to run away, it looks like. So here comes the Eye of the Storm. Along with the Impale, it's a lot of damage. Viper Strike, and he's just dead. They're looking for a lasso. They're going to find it. Ice Path coming in. It will just miss out of the Bat Rider, and they will get the kill into Pepita. Axes will come in. It's a lot of damage being done. X marks will come in. That'll be on to Stinger. They're looking for an Impale. I don't think they can find it. And again, in the meantime, the Jug will just continue to farm. This time, though, the Weaver is farming as well. So that is a good job, even though they lose the Razor. But now back down towards mid. Schofield is in trouble. He has wand charges. He's baiting this out. They will use it with the Carapace to come through as well as the Dual Breath. Now they've got the Medallion. Hijack is in trouble. He has no stick charges. He's going to get dropped with right clicks from Stinger. And that was a bit of a bait there. Ice Path coming in again. Arms, Static Link, but Ice Path does a great job. They're going to head up to the Shrine in the meantime. That is a very good job there from Infamous.
Yep, nicely done. So many heroes just TPing back to this mid lane over and over. Look at the top lane mod. Nobody from Midas is farming this. They don't care about creeps. They're here to slay heroes.
That's so true. This is the most man-fightiest team I've ever seen. And it is a lot of commitment for some of these TPs, but they're going to win one way or the other with fighting. It looks like they're going to try to do their best with it as the smoke is coming in from Infamous with the Nyx Assassin. Vendetta up leading the way. He's looking behind the tower for somebody like Mandy. Would be a good target. Razor's even better. Arms continues to struggle. They'll drop a sentry. They might see Schofield. They almost just spotted him. But he is fine. Mandy's going to come right on through. Vendetta, Impale. In the meantime, they'll find Hijack elsewhere. They've got the Omni Slash. Mandy's dead. 2 quick kills. And now right onto the tier 2 we go.
Yep, and this is the 5-man group up, which we're talking about in Infamous. They are strong at team fighting. They have tower damage. They have sustain. And they have good ganking potential here. Duster is in big time. He's in trouble.
Oh, yeah, for sure. With the Impale coming out in the Ice Path, there's no way he survives that. Static Link will come in onto Pepita. Will slow, or excuse me, onto Infamous's Kotaro Hayama, but that won't really slow them down. Tier 1 for Tier 2 trade. Bottom lane, his go-to is trying to do his best. He has Dragonlance. It's in his backpack, finally coming out, and he's going to go Lincoln Sphere next. And they need him to do some damage here because he's right now. They're going to have to deal with Aegis as well for Infamous.
Yep, Fraser is not a good hero against Nyx Mott. There are so many things, so many ways that Nyx can stun him. You can Carapace and then just mana burn the Razor, and it'll apply the long Carapace stun, and then of course he can follow up with the Impale. It's such a difficult matchup, probably one of the worst for Razor in the game.
And then remember, they picked the Razor into the Nyx Assassin, but they kind of had to. Otherwise, this Viper gets farm. I mean, the Viper got farm anyway, which is a bit unfortunate, but Blink Lasso. Roar, they have it. They're going to use it, but the global comes out. Ghost Ship, maybe they could get Pepita here. He doesn't have the Aegis, but he is still very tanky. Using the wand charges, trying to man fight the Firefly. A lot of damage being dealt. He's going to look for Hijack. He's going to fall first. So far, so good for Midas Club victory. This time, the global pays off. In the meantime, looking for the Jakiro. He'll drop War down. He's still in the run. The Torrent won't hit. There's the Sentry. They're going to find Excel as well, it looks like. On the other side, Arms is getting chased down. They need the Impale. They need perhaps the Spike Carapace and a Mana Burn to come through. He's just going to go for the Impale instead, and they will kill Excel. They're going to lose the Razor. On the other side, I don't know what Stinger's doing over here. He tried for the Roar. That wasn't the right play. 3 heroes going down from Infamous. That is a huge fight coming in for Midas Club victory. They're still trying to fight, though. Omni Slash coming in. They're going to get it to Kunkka. The Shrine, they've got enough damage to get one. Can they get anything else? Gochu's going to man up. That's probably not the play. No Lasso. They still have Aegis, mind you. A lot of damage. Spike Carapace, Schofield, avoiding the Swarm. They have the Scooch to chase him down, though. The Jug is just man-fighting at this point. Duster, Blade Fury, he's in trouble. He's going to get dropped down. Spike Carapace, what a bait from Schofield. Go-To will get the kill, though. It looks like, no, the Healing Ward. Diffusal comes out. They've got the detection. They have the Ice Path as well. And this is a dead Weaver. No time lapse. They bait them into these fights. They bait them into the kills. And Infamous continued to gain the advantage here.
My God, what a fight. We had so many ridiculous things going on there. The Healing Ward saves Schofield. Yep, there it is. The Carapace off the Razor Plasma Field. Goodbye, sir.
No Impale mana. I don't know if they need it. He's going to pop the Drum Charge. Oh, he might actually make it out. He's very speedy. If they have the Impale, that's a kill. Now Blink Lasso. Schofield in trouble. With Ghost Ship, he is dead. It looks like no, he avoids it. Ice Path comes out. They need to be careful. Even with how farmed they are, they need to be wary of how much damage they're taking from this tier 2 and the other heroes. But now, Viper Strike Hijack. He just used his lasso. He's going to get caught and killed. Ice Path, they'll bring him down. Stinger will fall on the other side. X marks Duster in trouble as well. Getting chewed up by the Viper. The Impale will come through. They blow him away. A double kill from Pepita. Kunkka is going to be next. Blade Fury comes out. There's another. They're diving the tier 3 tower. Arms might survive. They still have the Aegis. They don't want to use it yet. Plasma Field, there's the Healing Ward. He will stay alive. They get the tier 2, or they're going to get the tier 2 in the process. And Midas Club victory. It's just turning into defeat after defeat.
They're getting ran at right now. Oh boy.
Impale.
Yep, Razor's always stunned.
He might live. Nope, he's dead. There it is. A couple of kills for Infamous yet again. Ugh. Kunkka's TPing into the Shrine. Yeah, that wasn't the right play. He stops the TP, so it's a good sign for him to finish or make sure he cancels the TP. But Brax's 9k lead and feels pretty rough right now.
Yeah, it's looking real rough. At least their higher end defense is pretty decent. They have the Global Silence and the Lasso combo that they can whip out, but again, there's not that much damage coming out from the side of Midas. Weaver is working on a Lincoln Sphere, so not going to get that Desolator or anything like that, but I don't know. He just needs more. That one item isn't going to make that big of a difference. Maybe 2 or 3 will. And then, and as we saw, Razor just gets stunned in every fight.
It is not an easy game. He's below the Nyx Assassin. He really only has Drum at this point, and he needs this BKB. But they have 1 tier 2 tower remaining. That's bottom. In the meantime, Hijack needs to be careful, and they might just chase him down with Pepita. I believe you are dead, sir. He's going to go for a TP. Centaur Conqueror Stomp. See ya. I guess he wasn't expecting the Centaur Conqueror, as nobody really expects Pepita to have a Helmet Dominator, I guess.
Yep. But nice team item there. Gives everyone 15 attack speed, which is very nice for what they want to do. They're grouping up. They're pushing. They're fighting.
Hey, Schofield. Spike Carapace gets off again. Impaled on 2. No real follow-up. They should have Vendetta. He is silenced up. It's got to be close. He'll use it. He might actually live. Although no Arcane
He's
Curse.
Burning down to the
Arcane Curse. Yeah, he's dead. Spike Carapace, but it can't do anything. Good kill. But they're going to lose the tier 2 tower bottom because of it. And this falls so freaking quickly. My God. Jesus.
Yep, no chance of that surviving at all. They can't even kill Jug once with this Aegis right now.
Invis for Stinger, but he won't be able to go on Arms. They don't have any heroes to help him out. were all coming through, but they weren't there in time.
He still has it though. If they walk up, it's gonna run out now. Yep.
Meantime, Global coming out. They've got the lasso. Jug could be in trouble. He still has Aegis. For how much longer? He's going to lose it here right now. Is it gone yet? It will be. Oh, it ran out at the last second. How unfortunate for Kotaro Hayama. And Excel going to go for the TP. X marks back. He is dead as well. That was the perfect time for Midas Club victory and the most unfortunate timing for Infamous.
Well, doesn't get any worse than that, right? Your Aegis running out at the last possible second. They pick up a big fat streak on Hotaro's Jug, and they get the Jakiro too. So, lots of gold going their way. Maybe it'll be enough. Weaver's closing in on the Lincoln Sphere. Silencer has 28 stolen intelligence, by the way. That's a shit ton.
That is a fair bit, yes. And they need this. They need the damage. They need a lot more items coming out, but it still feels rather difficult, especially with Global down. 75 seconds now. Once Jug respawns, they might go for another push or an attempt at fighting. In the meantime, they'll try to get out and get some wards, get some vision here from Andy and the rest of the Midas Club victory crew. But still not going to be easy as the Jug is nearby. All right, they're just going to back up.
Yep, not easy at all. Beastmaster's working towards his Lotus Orb so he can really Global Silence as well. Juggernaut has Manta for that. Does Viper have anything yet? No, not yet. He's going for Lincoln Sphere, but why does Viper care about being global? Doesn't do anything to him.
Not really. No, not at all. It really is just lasso, I think. And that's pretty much it. And then they just can't kill him if they don't lasso him. They're going to find this poor arms raiser again. This time, though, the Force Staff keeps him alive. It was, in fact, a double Force Staff. The Impale missed. But here we go. Schofield jumps in. X marks to come out. He's still in trouble. The Torrent coming through. Ice Path onto one. Plasma Field coming out. This Coke is dead. Centaur Conqueror Stomp can't get off the ghost ship. Schofield baits it out once more. And he's got plenty of HP regen to get back healed up, especially with an urn coming in as well.
So Schofield blinks into like 3 people, but they can't actually kill him because of the Carapace. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, that's not great. I don't know. Global's back up, I guess, and you don't have Aegis. So if you're Infamous, you just play safe here, right? And there's no real reason to do anything.
I think as long as Infamous don't get caught out alone, even if they're together, they'll probably win the fight. It's just about, yeah, finding this alone here, like Jakiro, for example, in the bottom lane. That is one prime target, but they don't want to use all these resources to kill a Jakiro, so it might just come down to nothing really happening in this stage of the game. And of course, Infamous, they're waiting for Roshan.
Yeah, they've got another minute, actually another 15 seconds at least. Meanwhile, top lane, they have the Weaver split pushing. His Lincoln's is just about done. And that means this roar is going to be a little bit harder to hit from the Beastmaster. Do they have 4 staffs to break the Lincoln Sphere? Even if they do, is it going to be enough? They have a Yule Scepter from Schofield, which will help. And now he's going to see Gotu. Vendetta, but they need more damage here. The Jug will walk right on through, but I think Gotu knows something is up. He is going to walk out and away. Schofield still keeping vision. There's the Spike Carapace, but that didn't work, so.
Yep, unfortunate.
That was interesting. Anyway, there's the one.
Not quick enough on that, but doesn't really matter. Both teams just going into farm mode for now.
Yeah, and it is another minute 20 before Roche. And they're just going to keep the Centaur here. It's not actually that long. Another minute 20 is not a long time to wait if you are Infamous. But if you're Midas Club Victory, you need to think about getting a kill or something along those lines before Roche comes up. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard for you to contest, even with Ghost Ship and all that good stuff.
Yeah, they're playing against Beastmaster and Nyx Assassin, 2 pretty good map control heroes. They need to find a way to breach this this hold that Infamous have right now on the map. Infamous can just show and farm anything, and Midas Club have to be quite afraid.
I mean, 10k lead is pretty daunting. Not only that, but they're gonna keep increasing their lead. There's the roar coming out. The Spike Carapace. Global will come in. Might keep him alive. The Boar Slow, the Force away. Looks like he's gonna stay alive, but Global's down. Now they find the Yule Scepter, and even they thought they could get out, but the Impale will come through. There's the Ice Path. They can't do anything. They're the ones that get the pick. Roche is about to respawn in 20 seconds. Very good fight there from Infamous, baiting out the Global Silence and getting a lot there done.
Yep, and that Centaur is going to let them know exactly when it's up, so Yeah, they're probably just gonna TP and go do it as soon as it spawns, or just even run there. There's no global silence for a very, very long time, 95 seconds for that spell. And even without that spell, it's, I mean, they need that spell to fight, no matter what, but
yeah,
still. If they don't have the damage to lock down and kill these heroes when it comes out, then Infamous can just regroup afterwards and take the fight again.
This is looking mighty rough. I will say Arms has caught up nicely. Also, look at Go2, split pushing the wave.
Yeah,
Nice.
they found their farm.
Yeah, and they needed to. Go2 still getting chased by Schofield, but he needs a gem, as you can see. It's in his quick buy, actually. It's a couple more 100 gold, and they'll have it. Roche is happening currently. Peter's gonna take you back.
It is dying very fast.
Gonna die a lot faster once this Razor and Stinger with the Solar Crest gets here. My lord. And it's too little too late for Midas Club.
Yep, Roche Schmeltz. Batrider has a BKB now, so he can deal with the Spike Carapace from Nyx Assassin, but it may be too late. 27 minutes into the game now, and there's Aegis and Cheese on the side of Infamous with a 13k gold lead. It looks like they're just going to march down a lane.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. I agree. And they're going to get the gem for Schofield. That's really what they're waiting on. Now they can take control of this map completely. They actually got a lot of vision out from the Radiant. Like, there's a lot of decent wards here. At least it's in their jungle, so they can get some vision. But that's going to go away pretty quickly here from Infamous.
Yep, nice defensive wards, but these wards aren't going to do a whole lot when Infamous are just in front of your base hitting the high ground.
We'll try for the push, but, ooh, good ice path. Centaur Conqueror Stomp. The Impale, Hijack in trouble. He's got the BKB, double force, keeping him alive. Here comes the Ghost Ship with the Yule Scepter. It's not going to hit. It's just going to give him the rum. That's down now. Glyph will come out as top lane's getting pushed by the Jug. Viper Strike coming in. Arms is in trouble. Global has to come out. Static Link gets canceled immediately. Everything that can't go wrong will go wrong in this fight for our Midas Club victory, and they'll lose Arms. He's got buyback. They will use the Omni Slash. They're going to force themselves away. Double Shrine pops. He still has Aegis, mind you. In the meantime, they'll take down a few wards. X marks Torrent back in onto Pepita. He's got enough for the Lincoln Sphere. He should buy it in a moment. This is still going to work on this Rax as Razor buys back. Lincoln Sphere is broken. Torrent will come through yet again. Still working on this tier 3 mid, but the Rax top lane, that will go down, and that's the most important thing. Kotaro Hayama, he's got the healing ward. He's taking a lot of damage, but he will be able to survive this, it looks like. Impale whiffing. They're looking for the Rax mid now, and Infamous, they just have so much of an advantage here. It just seems impossible to fight into them at this point.
Yeah,
clearly,
there it is.
Hey, finally they'll get it off, but at this point, you know, Schofield, maybe he'll lose the gem, and that's rough, but maybe not. He's just going to walk out. Loaded Sword, they've got the heals. They've got plenty of regen. Viper Strike coming in. They'll take down the Silencer. Ice Path onto 2. Man, he's going to be next. And Arms getting diffused up. He doesn't have the BKB. That's a dieback, and that is going to be game 1 going to Infamous. Triple kill for Pepita.
Yep, nicely done, Infamous. Midas Club, they showed some signs of life here in this game, though. They didn't look too bad in the early parts of the game, but they just kept overcommitting for these team fights. It felt like there were 5 people in the mid lane to kill Viper, which I think that one was worth it. Viper was a very big necessary kill, but then they did that to the Juggernaut as well, and then I think one more time. It just felt like they were being outmaneuvered on the map.
Well, yeah, for sure.